So we're back with another Amazon Renewed video. I'm super excited to do these, so much fun. A lot of people are getting value out of this, so I want to continue to do them as much as I can. Now, I've done just about every significant smartphone that came out in 2019, and even some that came out before that. But there's one that some people had asked about, and I kind of had bypassed it, but to be honest, it actually makes sense to do it because in a lot of ways, when the Galaxy S10 was launched and then later reviewed, this particular version of the phone got some of the best reviews. People really thought that it was a great value and sometimes overlooked because of its small nature and the fact that it didn't have every single feature that the S10 and the S10 Plus had. Of course, I'm talking about the S10e from Samsung. Now, I'm doing an Amazon Renewed again, so I'll have to explain to you who are new to this what Amazon Renewed is and why this isn't a Galaxy box. But more importantly, is this phone still good years later? Is it good a year later, 2 years later? Can the Samsung Galaxy S10e actually replace a phone that you may have had for the last couple of years? Well, I am going to tell you all about it right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back. And for all you new people, welcome. My name is Travis and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below. But for now, let's just get into the video. Now, I've talked a lot about Amazon Renewed on this channel before, and before I get into the phone, and trust me, I will, some of you are so impatient. This isn't TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. Sit down and relax. It's a YouTube video. Why are you in such a hurry? I want to tell you a little bit more about Amazon Renewed for the people that are new, because it's so critical to this review and why I'm actually reviewing the S10e now rather than when it first came out. When it first came out, it was a pretty decent deal, but it just kind of got overlooked. But a lot of people liked the flat display and what it offered at the time. But now, for the price you can get it, and under the Amazon Renewed program, this thing just became a steal. Let me tell you why. If you're not familiar with the Amazon Renewed program, it's super simple. Third-party sellers on Amazon get an opportunity to sell products refurbished or renewed or whatever under their own name, but using Amazon Prime and other ways that they deliver. Now, the cool thing about it is this. While it is basically a used product, it has to hit certain specifications, look new, have some of the normal accessories and stuff you'd get in it. And unlike buying from just a regular used site, you get a guarantee. Some people say, well, you can buy stuff on eBay and other places, and that's totally true. But with Amazon Renewed, you get a 90-day return policy. And I gotta tell you, to me, that's the whole reason I started this entire series of videos. Because unlike a new product where you maybe get 30 days, and most smartphones, you don't even get that, 90 days is kind of crazy. So I love being able to tell people about Amazon Renewed. I don't get any extra money from Amazon. They don't even know I'm doing this series. So no, this is not sponsored by Amazon. Having said that, I do get a lot of questions about who I get my products from. So I'll put a link to the vendor that I got this phone from in the description below. It's kind of important because people seem to continually ask me which person did I get my phones from. I never thought it was a big deal, but it's a big enough deal that I worked with this vendor who uses the Amazon Renewed boxes. This is the only vendor I've ever seen that used this. And last time I got a phone from them, it had some really cool stuff in it. So let's take a look at the Galaxy S10e. Take the box, again, branded by Amazon Renewed, which is not something you see. I like this. I think this is awesome. I don't know why more vendors don't do this, but I mean, this particular seller does a really great job. Link's gonna be in the description below, once again. Box is in here. Oh, here we go. The S10e in a nice little bag. Here we go. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Let me just make sure that it has all the normal accessories. You just need a power brick and the power cord, I think, is the only thing that you're required to have. Let's take a look. There's the box. Okay, so we got a little stuffing in here, and we do have the power cable, USB-C. We have a little power brick, which looks a little different than normal. This looks like a Beats power brick. I can't be right, is it? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Look, is that the Beat symbol? I don't know. Anyway, a power brick here. And just like the last time that I did one of these, something that they do not have to include, but do, a screen protector. Now, of all the phones that I've gotten from the Amazon Renewed series, they just generally don't come with screen protectors, except for this company. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to work with them on these particular products, because I think you're gonna get a really good deal. And for under $400, this might be the deal of the year. I love this little sticker on the front. It says, texting and driving, it can wait. Please don't text and drive. Stop being silly. So we take it off and see the 5.8-inch display, and it is flat. Some of you love flat screens, do not like curved screens, well, this is the one for you, and your 2 cameras on the back. This is kind of small for me. It's a 5.8 inch, and the power button is also the fingerprint sensor, unlike the in-display fingerprint sensor of the Galaxy S10 series of phones. Now, the power button is on the top right-hand corner of the screen, and it's also the fingerprint sensor, as I said before, the S10e booting up there right now. And it's in great condition. I don't see a single scratch or anything on this thing. Beautifully kept, which is, listen, it's the norm for these. I've never really had a problem with this. I don't know if Chubby's Tech does anything specific to make sure that their phones are in extra special condition, but I've always had a great...
By guiding you through the steps.
All right, she's going to guide me through the steps. Let me go ahead and set this up. So let's talk specs. The Galaxy S10e has a 3100 milliamp hour battery, 128 gigs of storage with 6 gigabytes of RAM, up to 8, a Snapdragon 855, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and a 5.8 inch OLED screen. Of course, it's got a rear camera with a 12.5 megapixel main and a 16 megapixel wide, along with a 10 megapixel selfie cam. Now, let me tell you, this is a pretty good configuration of a phone, especially at this price, talking about under $400. And even when it came out, it was fine. But nowadays, especially with the Snapdragon 855, which, by the way, is the same processor that's in the Z Flip from Samsung, not too shabby. Now, the one thing I don't like is that the fingerprint sensor is way up on the top right-hand corner, but it's super quick because it's capacitive. It's not a in-display fingerprint sensor, which, of course, when these first came out, wasn't exactly excellent. It's super fast because it's capacitive. It's a really good one. And personally, for me, the screen size is too small, but I know a lot of people don't like large screened phones. So for you, this might be absolutely perfect. And man, let me tell you, the performance on this thing's been really great. Not only that, the camera, bruh, I forgot how good these cameras are. Now, you might remember I did a video about the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. I'll leave a link to that in the description below and in the end screens, because you'll want to see the Amazon renewed version of that. It's basically the bigger brother of this. The one thing that it has is a telephoto lens that this does not have. But you know what? The pictures aren't that bad. But before I get into that, I want to save you money not only by buying one of these, but also on your phone bill. Some of you have not been using very much of your phone bill outside of home. You've been stuck at home like me. I might have just the company for you. I'm always talking about saving you money on phones, but it's probably time to help you save money on your actual phone bill. I've partnered with a company named Ting that's going to help you do that. Ting offers LTE coverage on 3 of the 4 nationwide networks in America, so you'll get even greater coverage experience than the big carriers. Almost any phone will work on Ting. So bring your phone and get a $25 service credit at travis.ting.com. That's travis.ting.com. The average bill on Ting is just $23 a month with no contracts, so you can try Ting for a month with no strings attached. They're only charging you for what you use, and if you don't use it, you don't get charged. It's a pretty good deal in my book. So the camera on this is excellent. Of course, you've got the 2 cameras on the back, but look at these images, man. This thing is a beast when it comes to pictures and video. Now, here's the front-facing camera. Take a look at this. You can see the quality is pretty decent. And the rear-facing with the normal camera lens here. And of course, your wide angle. Now, I gotta tell you, I was a little surprised because I completely forgot how good the cameras were on the S10, but really, like, even today, they can still hold up to anyone. Now, one other thing, you can add Gcam to this if you really want to. If you really want that extra pop, Gcam is an option. But one of my favorite things about having a Samsung phone isn't just Samsung Pay, which I absolutely love, but it's Dext. And I talk about this kind of frequently, but I was able to partner up with a company to take it to the next level. I love this. This is the Vissels monitor, and shout out to them for sending it to me. I actually use this as my 4th monitor on my computer. It's a touchscreen, and with USB-C out from your phone and plug it into the monitor, boom, you have an on-the-go, essentially laptop. Now all you need is either a Bluetooth keyboard, maybe a mouse, but it doesn't matter. The touchscreen works on this. It invokes Dext like legit. This is an amazing monitor, and it's really inexpensive. 1080p, beautiful display. Look at this. It becomes basically a desktop setup. I love this thing. And it's super portable. I'll leave a link in the description below. And it takes a phone like this to the next level. In my opinion, one of the strong suits that's not being pushed up enough by the Samsung marketing team is the fact that Dext is absolutely just one of these incredible parts of the Galaxy line of phones that I don't think gets enough props. I think they really talk about the camera quality, which is there. They talk about the gaming performance. I mean, it's always the top of the line processor, but Dext is so awesome. And I think that sometimes when they spend you know, on the platforms talking about these weird AR emojis and stuff they can do, they should just be showing DeX. End of story. Now, if you add a portable monitor like that, get a case, and this thing, let me tell you something, you're well under the price of a flagship of 2020 with a lot more performance when it comes to being able to do productive things. I mean, the touchscreen monitor alone takes this thing to another level. Now, of course, that'll work with all Samsung phones and pretty much any phone with USB-C out. It also works with computers, has a HDMI in option. It's got all types of options. So between that and this is a great deal. Under $400 for what was a flagship just a year ago. Now, let's talk a little bit about moving forward. Of course, you're gonna get the next update with this. I will say this, I don't know, and Samsung's only ever really promising 2 OS updates per phone. You may end up with Android 11 and that's it, but they will continue to give you security updates for a couple years after that. They've been doing that for a long time now, so this is an incredibly safe bet. And if you think about the other phones that are priced in this range, mostly Pixels and of course the iPhone SE, I just think this is a better deal. And if you like flat displays and you don't need a big screen, this thing is a beast. Without a doubt, it actually surprised me. As someone who really likes larger screen phones, I really thought that I would not dig this as much. But I think you should probably pick one up. If you're looking for a budget-minded phone with great performance, this is the one, the Samsung Galaxy S10e. It links in the description below. And by the way, I actually reviewed not only the S10 Plus on Amazon Renewed, which is awesome, and I'll put that, I guess, right here, but I also did the Samsung Galaxy S10 Lite, which I fell in love with. I'll put that right here. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Peace and love. See ya.